y'all? It's Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's something to me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sileo, Ty's Path. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. Alright. Anyway, in a much-needed shift of topic, how are things going with your hunky bull, Eric? I'm wearing him down, slowly but surely. Mark my words, he'll be mine. Great work, I'm proud of you. I can't help but roll my eyes. After all, that was the furthest thing from what was really happening. These things take time, though. You gotta be gentle, surgical even. But it's cool, because I can always come here and enjoy sexy men in the interim, right? Of course. I gotta say, when that day comes, I'll miss it here. As Eric spoke, I took a deep sip of my drink. The sexy men, the curly fries, the glory holes in the men's bathrooms. Taken by complete surprise by this revelation, I involuntarily spit my drink, spraying cola all over the table. Hey, watch the curly fries! Hold the phone, there's a goddamn glory hole here? Not just a glory hole, there's a whole bunch. Why? Wanna give it a go? No, jeez, what kind of place have you brought me to? A place where a man's every dream may come true, and have his every fantasy fulfilled. Oh my god. Say, Eric. Yep. You know, I think you'd be pretty good at something like this. Eh? Just think, if you got a job working here, you'd never have to miss the place. A job? No way, I ain't quitting working for Lucas. No, what I mean is, on the side, you see. Maybe the odd night here and there. You get to hang out with all the eye candy, get some experience that might help you bed Lucas and even earn some cash on the side. Well, I can't say I need the cash, but you know, I think you might have a point. You see, it's a fabulous idea. You need only give it a chance. Yeah, I'll think it over. Good thinking, Jay. I think you'll look fantastic in those tights. I was so out of my depth of this conversation. This just wasn't me. The truth was, none of this interested me one bit. I only wanted one guy, and that guy's name was Ty. Alright, that's my curly fries finished. What do you say, Jay? I'm in. Let's do this thing. Hunter? Do what, exactly? Visit the glory hole, of course. Get your dick wet. Best way to take your mind off things. No way. Nuh-uh. Hell no. I ain't interested. Aw, come on. You'll have a great time. Promise. That's what you said earlier, and I hate to break it to you, but I'm not. This just ain't my scene. Sorry to disappoint. If I'm honest, I think I'm gonna head off. Alright. If you change your mind, though, you know where to find them. I suddenly recalled what had transpired earlier in the day. I figured while I was here, what harm could there be in asking? Oh, hey, before I go, I have a question to ask you both first. Yeah? What is it? Eric, what do you know about that Spencer dude that visited Lucas's earlier? Take it down. Oh god, this coffee is so good. Peppermint mocha. Spencer? He's kind of lanky, pretty tall. Guys like that are usually packing heat downstairs, you know? I sighed. I honestly didn't know what I expected. I mean, like, what's his relationship to Lucas or Ty? What does he do? Do you think he's dangerous? I don't know. Don't pay much attention. He isn't my type. He doesn't talk to many people, though. I don't know why. Great. Thanks. Anytime. I rolled my eyes once more, the obvious sarcasm lost on Eric, and then turned to Jay. What about you, Jay? Do you know anything about this guy? The name doesn't ring any bells. Can you describe him? Black Raven, distinctive red eyes, fancy suit, looks like an antique, kind of creepy. Oh, yes. You hardly forget when you see somebody like that. He's visited the cafe once or twice. I regret to say I know very little about him. However, my apologies. It's okay, thank you anyway. No problem. So, I take it you plan to head off then? Yeah, I'm tired, this just ain't my scene. Nor am I in the mood. Sorry to be a party pooper. It is quite alright, my good man. You are doing what is best for you. I respect that. It was good seeing you today, if only briefly. You too, Jay. I'll, see you at work, Eric. See ya! Don't be a stranger! I stood up, leaving the two of them at their table as I departed the strip club and began my long walk home. At long last, I had arrived back home. It had been one hell of a day, and I was never more grateful to be home than I was in that moment. Welcome home, dude. You look tired. No shit, it's been one hell of a day. What'd you get up to, anyway? Eric dragged me to a strip club. Whoa, what? Really? Yeah, was trying to cheer me up. Dude's got a weird idea of what cheering someone up looks like. That's what I've been saying. Worst part is we ran into a friend of his and they're even worse together. Oof, double trouble. Sounds rough. Yeah, you can say that again. Hey, listen, I've got work first thing tomorrow. I don't suppose you'd think it would be rude if I went straight to bed. Yeah, I know. Ty's got me working alongside you. Nah, I wouldn't be rude at all after the day you've had. But there's one thing I need to tell you before you go, though. Yeah? What is it? So I talked to Ty after lunch. Was seeing if I could find anything out about Spencer. Dude, no! Don't worry, it's cool. I was all super sneaky like some kind of ninja. I held substantial doubt in Diego's finesse. What was done was done. I at least wanted to hear what he had to say. So anyway, I just sort of let it slip into the conversation, all casual like. I say, whatever happened to that weird crow dude that used to come by and buy all that expensive shit? I think he's a raven. Exactly, such as my unrivaled genius. Anyway, it was weird. Ty got all stern all of a sudden. Corrects me on the crow thing, but then insists he has no idea what happened to him. I tried to ask him more, but he wouldn't tell me a thing. Was in a real weird mood all night, too. I know that's not much to go on, and it doesn't really answer my many questions, but if he were any normal person, I'm sure Ty would have had no issue talking about it. Second, y'all. Water time? Or coffee time? Oh, yeah. I suppose it confirms that there's definitely some link, and that Ty knows something. I just have no idea what. Thanks for trying, Diego. No sweat. So, what's our next step? Well, Ty isn't going to talk. Neither is Lucas. Dom knows nothing. Neither Eric nor his friend Jay knew anything. The only person not accounted for is Axel. Hate to say it, but I seriously doubt he's going to know anything. Should still ask him, though. Yeah, otherwise I guess all we can do is keep our eyes open. See if we can spot any clues. Sure thing, dude. You can count on me. Thanks, Diego. Right on cue, I found myself stifling a large yawn. Diego grinned back at me. Go to bed already. You need sleep. You know, remind you this conversation was your idea. You're glad we had it, though. Yeah, you're right. Damn right, trying to pull that shit. Off to bed with you. All right. Good night, Diego. See you tomorrow. See you then, Hunter. And with that, I made my way down the hallway and into my bedroom and slipped straight into bed. I couldn't help but reflect on that nightmare. I sincerely hoped that tonight's much-needed sleep wouldn't see a recurrence. The whole thing was so weird, though. How it picked at my insecurities, preyed upon my fears, and Spencer's appearance. Once again, the only explanation I had was that I must have stirred my slumber, having unconsciously spotted him and pulled him into my dream. The time frame Spencer had given me lined up. It must have been around the time he arrived at Lucas's that he first appeared in the middle of that torture chamber. It all seemed so strange regardless, and I couldn't deny that it hurt. I had to remind myself that none of it was real. I had to make sure I didn't treat anybody differently because of it, be it Ty or Axel, perhaps even Spencer. He seemed nice, but I sighed to myself. I didn't know what to think about him. I only hoped I would find out. First thing tomorrow I would be working alongside Ty. This would be the first time since our discussion that I'd actually seen him. Had it been enough time for him to figure things out? Maybe he would decide to take me back. I could only hope. Day 10. The morning's wake-up call was simultaneously similar to those previous, as well as somehow subtly different. I could hear Diego's footsteps in a distant room, the wooden floorboards creaking with his every movement, the smell of breakfast playfully tickling away at my nostrils. But something was missing. What was it? Oh! Finally, the needle dropped. I hadn't heard the telltale sounds of cooking. Everything else was accounted for but the hiss of delectable meats sizzling in a frying pan, the clatter of crockery as our meals were plated, and the clink of cutlery as knives and forks were prepared. Just what had Diego prepared for breakfast? My curiosity got the better of me as I hauled my body out of bed and in a state of freshly woken drowsiness clumsily plodded in the direction of the living room, where I had most recently heard Diego's movement. One second, y'all. It is, in fact, coffee time. Alright, y'all, and we're back. Okay. Having arrived, the mystery was immediately solved. As per usual, the dining table tucked away in the corner of the room lay littered with newspapers and circulars, all coated in a thin layer of dust. Clear evidence of its disuse. You see, Diego preferred to eat in front of the TV, with the coffee tables positioned such that it only allowed enough room for your legs to fit in front of the couch. Of course, I didn't mind this one bit, and after all, Diego's house, Diego's rules. I couldn't help but ponder whether Ty would be amenable to such living habits. Although, I suppose that I would be getting a little ahead of myself with such a line of thought. There were two brown paper bags sitting atop said coffee table, clearly emblazoned with the McMouthins logo. The top of each bag was rolled tightly and sealed with a similarly branded sticker. From the sticker on each bag hung a receipt on which the word delivery was clearly legible. Standing in the doorway, I rubbed the sleep from my eyes and yawned. Not loudly, mind you, but loud enough to alert Diego to my presence. He turned to investigate the source of the sound before smiling up at me. Morning, sleepyhead. You're just in time for breakfast. You ordered us something? Yep. Figured we were due a change from my greasy ass cooking. So you ordered McMelvin's? Seems like it'd be even more greasy. Shut up. Maybe I was just craving a sausage breakfast muffin. With a smirk, I walked a long way around the coffee table before taking the spot to Diego's right on the couch. He'd set himself up. Perhaps I'd been learning from him, or perhaps I was just remembering the sort of dynamic we had years before. That's kind of gay, dude. Just craving sausage? Yeah, I won't deny it. Not like I've got anything left to hide. You should know that yours has double sausage, though. Of course he had. Truth be told, I was glad. Not because I was craving sausage, I mean, well, not in a dietary sense, perhaps, but because it had dawned on me that it had been a while since I'd last eaten. I turned down any meal at the strip club the night before. Oh, the sandwiches? Wait, no, that was just that weird-ass nightmare. Oh, that's right, Diego had bought me lunch. Which drew my focus to just how much money Diego had spent on feeding me this past week and a half. And yet here I was, not even paying him rent. Cue the sudden onset of guilt. What's up, dude? You've gone all quiet. Mind someone with thoughts of sausage? Normally it would be, but right now I've got something else on my mind. Here, take this. I reached into my pocket, retrieving my wallet and pulling two $100 notes given to me by Lucas on my first day of work and handing them to Diego. Huh? What's that for? You spent a lot of money on me so far, and you're letting me stay here free of charge. You've done so much, and I feel like I've done so little. Diego smiled sweetly before pushing my hand away. Thanks, Hunter, but I ain't taking your money. I'm doing this because you're my best friend, and I'd happily do it 10 times over, too. I'm just glad you're here. I, missed having you these last 2 years, you know? Now that's gay. Hey, I'm trying to share my feelings with you. You're gonna make fun of me for it? Yep. While Diego had anticipated my previous jab, this one had provoked more of a reaction I had been expecting. I laughed, content in my victory before returning to the topic at hand. Second, water time. Time for this water. Alright, this one's better. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Seriously, though, I really appreciate what you're doing for me, but I refuse to let you do this pro bono. Between Lucas and Ty, I've been working a lot of hours. As things stand, you're covering most of my living costs, too, and that's just not fair on you. You're missing the point. I want to do this. You being here is payment enough. I held my hand back out to Diego, insisted on him accepting my reimbursement. Now listen here, Diego. I want you to shut up and take my money. And you listen here, Hunter. I want you to shut up and keep your damn money. Diego snatched the money from my hand before reaching over and pulling the collar of my shirt outward and stuffing the bills down the opening. I sighed. So this was how Diego was going to play it. Sadly for him, this was a game I wouldn't let him win. I reached forward and gently removed the sticker from the McMelvin's bag, being careful that I didn't bring the paper with it. I then attached the notes to the sticker before reaching behind Diego's back and fastening the sticker a third of the way down his shirt. Hey, what the? What followed was an act in futility as hilarious as it was sad. I watched in a state of thorough amusement for a good half a minute or so as Diego struggled in vain to retrieve my gift. Much to his misfortune, my positioning of the sticker was so perfect that he simply couldn't reach it. Regardless, the vector of his approach... As Diego struggled, I failed to hide my victorious grin as I reached my bag of fast food and retrieved my breakfast muffin. I unwrapped it slowly as Diego continued his fruitless attempts to retrieve the money. To me, the muffin's role in the situation was almost akin to popcorn's role in the movie theater. The wrapper now uncoupled from its former contents, I screwed it up into a tight ball and returned it to the bag before noting that Diego had indeed made mine a double. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, one second. Bye-bye.